All right, hello everybody. This is Tonetta. I'm coming to you with another video actually this evening to demo one of my cooking casseroles. I guess me cooking a casserole. This evening is the Crescent Beef Stroganoff Bake, or casserole. We want to call it a casserole, so a bake is fine. But once again, this is Tonetta. I'm going to go ahead and get cooking with you all. And like I said, this is a Crescent Beef Stroganoff Bake. So this should be awesome. And I'll kind of tell you what I'm doing as I'm going through. I already have, as you all can see in here, I put the ground beef in here already, so because I had to wash my hands off. So this is about 1.5 pounds of fresh ground beef. Like I said, the skillet is not on. It's just sitting in the skillet for right now because I have to actually cut up the onion and the mushroom. So I'm gonna go ahead and start washing the mushroom off right now. So give me 1 second. I hope everybody's doing well today. Today's Tuesday, so I hope everybody had a great day today. My day was okay. Of course, I worked all day, and I'm coming to do this video tonight. So that's how my day's been. Got a very good sleep last night, actually, as well. I hope everybody else's day was well. I listened to some awesome videos today as well on YouTube. So I don't know how many of you all actually listen to YouTube University is what I call it. Because you can find anything that you want to find on YouTube, how to do. No matter what kind of business, no matter what kind of career, no matter what kind of food you want to make, you can find all types of stuff on YouTube. And my video is going to be right up there as well. One of the other videos that you can find on YouTube or whichever the case may be. And just to let you all know while I'm speaking about YouTube, this video will also go on my Facebook site called Teas Bun Cakes and Bakes. That's where my actual cooking community is, or my actual baking community is, rather. I, of course, post a lot of stuff on there about baking and different, of course, I post the casseroles on there as well, but I post a lot of other things too, so dealing along the lines of cooking and baking. So like I said, definitely check that out. It's on Facebook, and it's called Teas Bun Cakes and Bakes, and I will definitely put that in the description, depends on where this video goes. So if it's on my site on Teas Bun Cakes and Bakes, they'll see the video. But if you're on YouTube, I'll definitely post a link in the description box. And I got all my mushrooms, as you can tell, washed all the way off. And it says use 8 ounces of sliced mushrooms. So I'm going to get to slicing. Because it says, hot dog it in the description. Alright. Get another spoon here. In the description that I'm supposed to cook the onions, mushrooms, and hamburger together. So I have all that in the skillet shortly, as soon as I get my other spoon washed off. But I'll be cutting it up shortly. So like I said, I hope everybody had a great day today. My day, like I said, was good. Of course, mainly just worked the 8 hours, and now I'm home making this video for you all. So, and also my dinner, because this is my dinner for tonight. So I just hope you all enjoy. And this is my second video demo that I'm doing with me cooking or preparing anything, actually. So I hope you enjoyed the first video. In the first video, I did make a chicken enchilada bake, I think is what I made. So I hope you all enjoyed that video. And if you haven't seen it, please go back and definitely look at my page and find that video so that you can enjoy. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That wasn't my first video. I'm sorry. My first video was the garlic butter hamburgers. I made mine into a quesadilla burger. That's what I did for mine. So I was taking Sonic's idea, the food restaurant called Sonic, taking their idea because I saw a commercial about a butter garlic burger, and I wanted to make my own version, so I made that into a quesadilla burger. And that video was about 40 minutes long, I think. And so I talked about my business, of course, in there and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of what I want to talk to you all about today. But I guess, you know what, I can talk to you all about. So I want to try to combine some of my, of course, my, I guess, teachings and things like that with you all. So I'm going to talk about, I guess, our fears, as far as what we want to do with our lives and that kind of thing. And I can talk about more of the fears about the business because I had a whole lot of fears myself, of course, while creating while trying to think what I want to do with my businesses and what I wanted to make. For a long time, I think I said it in the first video, I had been, of course, trying to decide what I wanted to do, going back and forth with things, and just not making a decision on exactly what I wanted to do as far as my career. Yes, I do work full time as a social worker, but of course I have other dreams and aspirations as well. and baking, of course, is one. And I guess you can say slash cooking. The only things I actually like to cook right now are casseroles and things like that. So that's what I've been making a lot of lately for like the past year and a half or so. But of course, I had a lot of fears in starting these businesses. Right now, they're actually just online businesses, I guess you can say. With me, just I'm not making any money off the cooking business or anything like that at all. I'm just actually making these because I love cooking, and I want to show you all what kind of recipes and what kind of things you all can use and make to create that you have in your own fridge. Like I said, that's what I enjoy doing. I'm not getting paid for anything like that at all, but like I said, I do want to turn it into an actual business one day. Whether I'm a personal chef for someone, preparing food in somebody's kitchen, that kind of thing, I'll turn it into something. Right now, I have no idea what. I'm just going with the flow and seeing where I turn up. I guess I'd say that. So, but as far as the fears, like I said, it took me a long time to decide what I wanted to do, mainly because I was scared to, of course, make that decision on what I actually wanted to do. I did just to let you all know I did have a business back in shoot I think it was 2015, 16, somewhere along up in there. It was called Clay's Gifts and More, where I created candy bouquets and of course gift baskets as well for those who wanted to purchase them. So I did create that business. That was the first actual business that I ever actually got licensed and that I actually created on my own. I was very excited about the business, but I had to decide. Well, I guess while doing that business, of course, I realized that I didn't have my I guess the why as to why I wanted to do that business. I didn't really know why I wanted to do the business except for I sold some baskets and it was making me some money. That was the only reason why I actually started that business. It wasn't because I wanted to help somebody's community or help the person, I don't know, send the gift basket to their loved one for I guess for sympathy or anything along those lines, but it was just because I made some money off of it, and that's what I decided to do. And like I said, I actually ended that business a few years ago because of that. Like I said, I know that's me. Everybody else probably would have just kept the business, and I know I'm not like everybody else. Like I said, I just decided to go ahead and close it. I still have those skills, and of course, I will reopen that business at some point. I'll just include it in my cake business at some point. But like I said, for right now, I had to close that business until I decided really what I actually wanted to do. And like I said, that took me a little while. I know I'm not the only one that's listening to this. That it has taken a while to, of course, create a business or to even decide what you want to do. Most of the time, we actually go through a lot of, or at least I can speak for myself. I know I went through a lot of maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that, and not actually taking the steps to actually do anything. Just kept researching and kept saying, oh, I can do this, I can do that. Let me figure out this, let me figure out that. While I kept researching, and not actually taking the steps because I was scared to actually start the business. And like I said, that's a lot of our problems. I put it that way as far as fear holding us back from completing our goals and doing what we know we should be doing and doing what we know we would actually love. Like I said, that was one thing I had to face. And I know I'm not the only one that's out here, of course, listening to this video, had to face that as well. I know a lot of you probably are facing that or going through that right now as well, just like I had to go through it. I'm just here to tell you that once you, of course, push past that fear, you can, of course, do anything that you want to do. Everything that you want to try to create, I'm sure it's going to work out just fine as long as you know why you're creating that business or why you're creating that product or whatever you're doing. So like I said, definitely just try to push past the fear. How I push past my fear, it's not really funny, but I mean, I'm just thinking back. Like I said, I kept saying I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do all these things, and I never actually took the steps to actually create that business. The business that I actually created, of course, was Teas, Bun Cakes and Bakes. And like I said, that's the community that I have on Facebook, talking about all the bun cakes and everything that I'm making, or the homemade pound cakes that I'm making and stuff like that. But I also created a business called Life Hack, a lifestyle management service, and that's actually like AKA a personal assistant business. And just to let you all know, I actually had been I started both of those businesses one day back in mid-July. Actually, I created the Facebook community sites. That's all that I have right now for both of those businesses. I don't have an actual website. I don't think I'm going to have a website actually, because you don't have to. Of course, you can do what you want to do with your business. But with this business, both of these businesses, I'm choosing not to have an actual website. I'm just going to create the community and of course the videos that I'm making right now. But like I said, I created that business, or those two businesses, while I was at work one day, trying to decide what the hell I want to do with my life. And I'm, of course, thinking of the same things, trying to figure out what I wanted to do and giving all these excuses and that kind of thing. Just scared to, of course, go ahead with the business. I always knew that I wanted to bake and always wanted to, of course, create sweet things, sweet items. Like I said, with the pound cakes or with the bun cakes I'm making, that kind of thing. I always knew that I wanted to do that. I've been baking since I was a kid, so I mean, of course, our young adults, I guess I should say, because of course, as a kid, I was like mixing up the stuff that my grandmother was making, that kind of thing as well. But I always knew that I wanted to do something along the lines of actually baking and having like my own kind of business doing that. I just never, of course, over all these years, I'm 43 years old now, and finally decided what I wanted to do with my skills and everything that I had. And like I said, deciding that one day at work, sitting at work and trying to think of what I wanted to do, and excuse me, all of a sudden I got a divine idea popped in my head. It was like, why don't you create a personal assistant business? And I was like, a personal assistant business? I'm like, what in the world is that? I had no idea what a personal assistant, well, I mean, I've heard of personal assistants, of course. I just didn't know exactly what they did, how they did anything along those lines. But that idea popped in my head, and best believe you me, I sat there and researched while I was at work, listening to like you, of course, YouTube videos and looking up stuff on my downtime and things like that, trying to figure out what a personal assistant did and how to actually start this business. And as I read on more about what a personal assistant did, I was like, these are all the skills that I have that I can actually utilize and turn this into a business instead of just having, because my main thing was me creating a business where I can just utilize one skill that I had, which would be just like one cake business or one business sorting and filing or one business doing events. I didn't want I guess, to create a business like that. So like I said, in my mind, I had to find something that I wanted to do as far as that would include all my skills. And like I said, when I got that idea about the personal assistant business, I was like, heck no, I'm creating this business. And like I said, I decided that in like less than like 10 minutes while sitting at my desk. And well, I ain't gonna say 10 minutes, maybe like an hour sitting at my desk as I was listening to the videos about how to start this kind of business, what it entailed, what you can do with it. And I loved it. Like I said, that's actually what I decided. And then with the cake business, I'd always been baking for years. Everybody knew I've been baking for years. I just never actually took the business serious. Took it upon myself to actually create the business, to do anything serious at all with it. Yes, I sold cakes throughout the years here and there, that kind of thing, but I never actually took the time out, like I said, to actually want to take it seriously and start the business. So I decided again that day to go ahead and create this cake business. Whether it failed or not, like I said, I was scared that it was going to fail. I had all these things going through my mind, like, oh my God, what if the business failed? What am I going to do? That's the second business I would have been started. It didn't work and that kind of thing. I told myself to hell with that and so damn what. And I went ahead and created that business anyway. Like I said, those were definitely my fears about trying to start that business. Me thinking that everything is going to fail, me using my mind thinking everything is going to fail when I hadn't even taken the first step to even take it seriously to begin with. Like I said, that was something that I had to, of course, bust through. I had to get through that kind of thing. And the way I busted through that, like I said, I just took action. Once I got the ideas, especially about the personal assistant business, made up my mind that's what I want to do within that hour. I went ahead and started that business and haven't looked back since. Like I said, that was something that I had to push through myself, and I wanted to push through to prove to myself that I can, of course, create this business. Now, I have not, of course, if it fails, it fails, like I said at first, but that's fine. Like I said, I know a whole lot of failure. Well, behind a whole lot of failure comes a whole lot of growth. I guess I put it that way. And I've always known that. But like I said, I was just so scared to, of course, want to reach out there, branch out there to take that leap of faith in order to actually start these businesses. And like I said, I had to decide between my happiness and me staying stuck in the damn situation that I was in, which is actually working a job that, of course, I'm a social worker. Of course, I mean, I value the job, but I have to find what makes me happy. Like I said, it took me 43 years to decide officially what's going to make me happy, and it may change next year. I don't know. But for right now, of course, this is the business that I'm creating. Both of these businesses that I'm creating. Like I said, I had to just step out there on faith and go ahead and create these businesses. And again, I know I'm not the only one that's listening to this, who of course wanted to jump out on faith and wanted to go ahead and start a business. So what's holding you back? Like I said, for many of us, it is the fear. Either the fear of failure or the fear of success, one of those two. Or the fear that you cannot do it, you don't know what you're gonna do, you don't believe in yourself enough, all that kind of stuff. And I had those same things actually going through my head. Trust and believe I did. And I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna let you all know I'm cutting up an onion. My eyes are really burning actually. I'm still trying to cut this onion up, but I only actually cut up maybe like a half of an onion because it said a half of a cup of chopped onion. So I'm only cutting up about half the onion. I mean about the onion that I had, and it was about like half of a piece left. So that's what I just cut up. And I had another onion that I took out, but I don't actually need that piece. So I'm gonna leave it at that. My eyes are starting to burn, y'all. You know how it gets when your eyes burn, you can't even focus and do nothing else. I'm gonna stop chopping right there. And this recipe does not call for, okay y'all, in all of my, just to let you all know, in all of my videos, well I'm sure all the casseroles that I make, my basis of everything is always onions, bell pepper, jalapenos, and chopped garlic. I put that into every damn thing that I make, y'all, as far as casseroles go. This recipe does not call for all of that. It only calls for the onions and the mushrooms, but I still got my bell pepper, and I'm gonna put some garlic in there. I'm gonna put some garlic in there as well, and I'm also gonna put like a partial chopped jalapeno too. So like I said, that's me, and that's what I want to create. You can of course add whatever other kind of vegetables you want to add to this recipe. It only calls for, the base of this recipe is actually for crescent rolls. I don't have any crescent rolls, so I'm gonna use some flaky biscuits. I guess like the layer biscuits. I'm gonna use that for my base. Then I asked for, of course, vegetable oil to cook all these vegetables and meat in. The chopped onions, the ground beef, the mushrooms, and sour cream and shredded cheese. So, like I said, I'm making this a little bit different, as I always do, because I normally don't follow directions, as you all can tell. But like I said, that's what I'm about to do now. Chop up some bell peppers and jalapenos and put some garlic in this as well. So, just bear with me. Like I said, I add this on all my recipes. I never do what the recipe usually says all the way. And you all can, of course, with baking and cooking, that's why I love baking and cooking these casseroles. Cooking these casseroles is giving me the opportunity to, of course, be creative, to make what I want to make or what I think would taste good. And, of course, if it doesn't taste good, I can always do it different next time, is what I always say. So I'm about to chop up some of these bell peppers right now. Uh-oh. And like I said, getting back to what I was saying about the fear as far as us starting our own businesses and that kind of thing. And I didn't mention all the stuff, but on my site, Lifehack, a lifestyle management service, that's the personal assistant business that I have, because I'm the lifestyle manager of that site actually, and of that business. But with that business on that page is actually on Facebook. Like I said, both of these communities are on Facebook. And with that site, of course, I do talk about my business, the personal assistant business. I may not talk about it all the time. My main focus of that site is talking to you all about, because I'm, of course, working full-time. I know a lot of us, of course, work full-time. But a lot of us who do are living paycheck to paycheck are just barely making ends meet. And like I said, my mission on that page is to, of course, share with you all some ways that you can create multiple streams of income. Because I know now how important it is for us to have more than one stream of income, just our employment. We can lose our job tomorrow, and a lot of us, at least 50% of us, I've looked at all the statistics, at least 50 to 75% of us don't even have enough savings to even make payments for like the next 2-3 months if we do lose our job. Most of us can't make those payments. We'll lose our house, we'll lose our cars, and all those kind of things. And like I said, what I'm teaching on that page and what I've been talking about as of the last, I guess, 2 months, a month and a half just about, because I had to make my mind up what I want to do with that site as well. But about the last month and a half, I've been talking about how people, of course, are trying to attract people who are, of course, working full-time, but who also, if you don't want to quit your job, I'm not advocating to quit your job, like it seems like other folks are doing. I'm advocating to have multiple streams of income. If you love what you do, you have your full-time job, that's paying your insurance, all that kind of stuff, that's fine. And then just keep that job. What I'm advocating is for us to have multiple streams of income, so when that job, of course, ends for whatever reason, you're fired or the business closes or you just let go, your office downsizes, that you'll have another stream of income to, of course, fall back on. And like I said, that's the main reason why I created that Facebook site. It took me a while, y'all, to figure out kind of what I wanted to talk about with that page, what I wanted to do. Me out of fear, I don't know what I was trying to do actually, but I know I was just scared to do it. I put it that way. I was scared to, of course, be a different voice for that site, to get out there and to create something different and go against the grain because everybody else is talking about quitting your job and starting your business and all these kind of things. And for a lot of people, it's not that easy to, of course, quit your job and just start a business. A lot of folks do not have all the skills that they need to, of course, quit that job and start that business with. So like I said, that's what I'm kind of course, teaching on that page and just letting you all know that, of course, who want to work full-time still, that it's okay to work full-time and still have a side hustle. Like I said, that's my main thing, teaching you all about the multiple streams of income or side hustles that you can do and that you can create. Now, I haven't gotten so deep into it yet, but I'm more or less talking about, of course, how it's okay and just trying to get folks in that mind frame right now, as far as the likelihood, the likelihood that you can have another stream of income and what it will mean for your household. That's the part that I'm in right now. And like I said, I had to decide what I wanted to do and whether it was going to be a viable business or that kind of thing, or whether I think my site is going to do well. So far, it's doing okay. It's going kind of slow, of course. That's anybody's business in the beginning. It's going slow. But of course, I'm sure at some point it will, of course, pick up. And of course, I'm doing some ads and that kind of thing on the page as well. But like I said, it will definitely pick up. I know I've kind of got off topic, y'all, a little bit, but I just want to say all those things to you all to let you know that what is possible. I didn't think anything like this would be possible for me at all at this point. I was, of course, getting, like I said, in my same, but going back to an old mindset as far as nothing's going to ever work, or I can't do this, I can't do that. So many, thousands of folks are doing this kind of business already, and thousands of folks have websites talking about side hustles and all this kind of stuff. And that was just my fear mentality, my fear mindset. Like I said, that doesn't mean anything because somebody else has 1,000 businesses like yours throughout the whole world. That means nothing. Like I said, what it means is that you are your own individual person, and that means that your business is going to be different from them because you're not even none of them. You're not even those people. Nobody's going to, of course, you're not going to have the exact same business that somebody else is going to have. Like I said, you're your own unique person. That's what I took from that lesson, I guess I would say. And that's what I'm telling you all as well. Like I said, that was that fear mindset talking about, or telling me that I couldn't have that business because it wasn't gonna, because there was all these folks already doing it, or because there was or because I didn't think I knew what I was doing, or wasn't going to even be a good business, or I just didn't have that belief in myself. And like I said, I had to develop that belief in myself in order to, of course, push past that fear, in order to, of course, go ahead and start these businesses. Like I said, that was the main thing well, for this year, that was the main thing that I had to do. I told you all that I'm a full-time social worker. I'm just got sick and tired, of course. I mean, like I said, I don't mind working. I've always been a hard worker. It's not that I mind working, I mind not being happy while working. I'm happy to a certain extent working for somebody else, but I know that's not my business, and I know that's not what's going to make me happy in the long run, as far as being a social worker for somebody else's business. Like I said, I had to decide that. I had to decide that my happiness is more than somebody else's business that I'm working for. Like I said, I know that some people are like, oh, you shouldn't say those kind of things, but that's the truth, and that's the truth, and I'm sticking with it. I guess I put it that way, and that actually goes for all of us. We all, of course, unless you just love your job or your CEO or wherever the case, or you're fine working whatever kind of job you're working, but for a majority of us, we're not. I've talked to a lot of people who work, of course, and a lot of people are not happy with their jobs for whatever reason. Most of the time, it's because they can't be as creative, or for me, I can't be as creative as I would in my own business. I love making stuff, doing stuff. And of course, being a social worker, of course, you can only do so much for people. I guess I'd say that. There's all kind of bureaucracy going on, that kind of thing. So like I said, I had to either choose myself or choose my job. And I chose myself. And like I said, that was a change that I had to make early this year. Actually, I've been making this change since last year, but as far as the business goes, I've been working on that since this year, trying to figure out what to do and how to do it, and how I'm going to get these things flowing. I guess I put it that way, and get the incomes flowing. So like I said, I had to decide for myself whether I was going to choose myself or choose that job. And like I said, I chose myself. I had to choose my own happiness. I'm telling you all the same thing. In order for you to, of course, be 100% happy with yourself and your job or what you're trying to do, you have to, of course, at some point choose yourself. No, a lot of folks are not going to like that. I can tell you that already. Jesus, excuse me. All this onion, job. Jesus. Like I said, a lot of folks are not going to like that, especially if you have a spouse or you have kids or family that's like, well, what are you doing? Jesus Christ. Okay. Jesus. Y'all, I'm choking the hell to death over here. For some reason. But I understand that sometimes, of course, you want to get pushback from those in your family, those of your friends who are not 100% down with what you're doing. Of course, they're going to be probably say to you that your business sounds stupid, or why do you think you can do something like that? Who do you think you are? All those kind of things. But if you love yourself and you know what you stand for, you're going to go ahead and create that business anyway. Whether it makes you $1,000 or $1 million. Like I said, you'll go ahead and create that business anyway. There's no need for you to, of course, continue to say to yourself that you cannot do this, you cannot do that, when I know that you all can. If I can create these two businesses all of a sudden, and I don't know what the hell I was doing, I still don't have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I'm just doing things as I go along, and like I said, that's just something I'm doing. So I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm telling y'all that today. I have no idea, but I'm just doing what I think is right and what pops in my head. I guess I'd say that. So a lot of things have, of course, popped in my head about these businesses and ways that I can do things and ways that I can, I guess, kind of, I guess, perfect things. I don't want to say perfect, I guess, being perfect or that kind of thing, but I don't know another word right now to use. So I guess the way that I can perfect things as far as making sure that I'm happy in the businesses that I have. And like I said, you just have to step out there. Yes, it's going to be very, very scary. I'm pretty sure it was very, very scary for me too. And it's still scary as I'm going through this. I haven't, of course, like I said, I just started these businesses. It hasn't even been 6 months yet. Officially been 6 months yet. And I'm, of course, just going with the flow and trying to make my way and try to figure out what I'm going to do. And the cooking show just started. I did my first one this past, last Friday, actually, was my first video cooking anything on like this. And, of course, that's something that I've always wanted to do. Had a fear about starting that and doing this, or it's not going to look right, or I don't have a tripod and I'm going to do these videos and all this kind of stuff. I just said, forget it. Found me a little, I guess, using my little cell phone holder and stuck it up there on the stove, and that's where it's sitting at. So, so like I said, I just have to go. What happened to the top in here? Okay. I don't know my paprika top. But like I said, that's how I started things. I just went ahead and done it and tried to figure out, I guess, well, as I'm going along right now, I'm trying to see what's going to, I guess, come to fruition, I guess, with all this. I have no idea. And then, of course, kind of bothers me because I'm one that likes to, of course, but I should say, control things all the time. So like I said, I have to decide what I'm going to do with these businesses. So like I said, the fear that I was having as far as all the things I had, just scared of doing. I didn't believe in myself, any of those kind of things at all. Like I said, I just had to get out there and just do it. Like I said, I know for most people, they're like, you started that business in a day, you don't even know if it's going to work out right. No, I don't know if it's going to work out right. We never know with anything that we're doing if it's going to work out right. I mean, come on now. There's nothing that, unless you're just a master psychic for some reason, we never know what's going to work out right, y'all, at all. All we can do, there is no blueprint to anything. All we can do is go along in our daily lives and try to figure out what we want to do and what's going to make us happy. Like I said, there's no blueprint, so no, you're not going to know what's going to happen. And that was part of my problem as well, as far as me trying to have control and wanting to make sure that everything is perfect. And I know that in the back of my mind that nothing is perfect, but I tried to make it that way. And I know a lot of us live off perfection. I know that. I'm here to tell you that's going to kill a lot of your dreams. Trying to be perfect, trying to do this. There is no right time to start a business. There is no right time to start a family. There's no right time to do anything. You just have to just get out there and do it and hope for the best. That's all that any of us can do. And like I said, that was something I had to learn, and that's something I'm telling you all right now as well. Because we all go through the same exact things, the same exact kind of mindsets. Like, well, I guess you want to say, like I said, we all go through that same thing. And that's something that we all have to, of course, kind of learn how to push past. And like I said, for me, that fear was the main thing that I had to learn how to push past. I don't know if it was so much. I heard people talk about fear of success, fear of failure, and that kind of thing. Mine was mainly fear of failing, actually. Feeling that I was going to fail, that it was, like I said before, that it wasn't going to work, that it was going to be stupid, or folks were going to laugh at me, or whatever the case may be. I had to learn, like I said, for myself, that who the hell cares about what somebody else thinks about my business or whatever I'm doing. I have to make this work for me, not for them. Unless they're going to buy some products. Other than that, it's all for me. Like I said, that was something that I actually had to realize and learn. I guess I'd say that over the last like year and a half, I've been learning that exact lesson actually. Not worrying about what everybody else has to say about something, or how somebody's going to feel about something, or all that kind of stuff. And like I said, those are the kind of things that we all have to, of course, learn at some point if you wanted to push past your fears and push past all those mindsets, because that's a lot of our mindset actually. As far as what other folks think, or it's not going to be right, or just the fear itself, because I was talking about fear. But like I said, that's definitely something that we all have to, of course, push past if that's what you're looking to do. I can't force anybody to do so, but I'm forcing myself to do so. But of course, everybody doesn't force themselves like that. I do. I have to be, well, for me, I know everybody say you should be hard on yourself. But for me, if I'm not being hard on myself, and I'm sitting up there making excuses and procrastinating, who else is going to do that for me? Nobody. So I have to do it myself. So like I said, that's one thing I had to learn, to not listen to people when they tell me that. Because like I said, with me, if I'm not forcing myself to do something and pushing past that fear, I just stay in the same damn situation looking stupid as hell, doing the same thing I did last year, this year, and next year, that kind of thing. So like I said, I had to push past that and continue to be hard on myself with certain things. Like I said, that's just the kind of person that I am, y'all. And what I'm doing right now, I have turned on the skillet, and I'm actually trying to get this doggone garlic up out of here. That's what I'm doing right now. And I got most of it out of there, so I'm not going to use that much. I did use probably 2 tablespoons probably of it. And the rest of this is just the juice that I do not need right now, so I'm throwing that away. And like I said, these are things that I'm putting into this casserole. I have put a whole 8-ounce package of mushrooms in there. I sliced them all up, as you all saw. I put in 1.5 pounds of ground beef. I put in like one jalapeno pepper, sliced and chopped. I put in about half a cup of onions, chopped as well. Let me see, the bell peppers, I used a whole bell pepper actually. It wasn't too big, so that was fine. But you don't have to use those veggies at all. I just always do, because that's always what I cook with. Like I said, that's me, so that's always what I cook with. I love all those flavors together actually. I'm not sure how it's going to taste in the stroganoff, but that's okay. Like I said, we'll definitely see how it's going to taste when I get a chance to eat it, so that's fine. Doesn't make a difference. Like I said, whatever you want to put in there, however much you want to put in there is kind of up to you. If you're making it for a big giant family, it's only just me here. And of course, I have a friend that's going to come over and get some later in the week. And I'll be taking some to work, of course, as well. My coworkers love all my casseroles, so I'll be taking some of this in so I can sample it as well. So like I said, that's so mine is not going to be very, very big, but it's going to be big enough for me to share with others. So I know, like I said in my last video, that my thing with the food and baking and cooking and all that kind of stuff, that I know that food, every time that we always have a function, that kind of thing, is always surrounded with food or some kind of snack or dessert. Food always brings us all together. And I'm learning that more and more, I guess, as I get older, how important it is to, of course, center things around your meals and your food and trying to get the conversations out that you need to get out around food. I guess I put it that way. It's a lot of stuff that we don't talk about otherwise. We'll discuss as long as we have some good-ass food there. I guess I put it that way. So like I said, that's one thing that I've learned over the years as far as cooking and baking and all those kind of things. It always brings folks together, no matter what you're doing or whatever kind of event that you're throwing. So That's something that's always been very important to me as well. Very, very important to me. And right now, y'all, I'm just browning this hamburger, and I'm probably going to cook it most of the way because I know when I put it in the oven, it's still going to cook some more. Because like I said before, I don't like my hamburger all the way well done. I do like it a medium to well actually. So, but with this recipe, I don't want the hamburger to dry out in the oven. So I'm going to cook this most of the way done. So let me see. I can actually, while that's kind of still cooking, I'm going to move my recipe thing out the way. Actually, I'll just put it over here. So let me see, I got to get my pan. My pan that it's going to go into. It said ungreased, and I'm trying to decide whether I should put grease on this because I don't have any actual crescent rolls. I have the biscuit dough, which it should be okay. But I'll spray it just a little bit before I say that. But I don't want to get this thing out the oven, y'all, and it should be stuck to the pan. So I'll just go ahead and spray it with some I guess with some cooking spray. So just in case. I don't want the stuff to be stuck, so I'll be like, God damn, I put the wrong thing in there. So I'll make sure I go ahead and spray that. Now I'll start preparing this pan actually. I guess I need to turn the oven on too. I'm putting the oven on 350. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and get warm. I have not done that yet. I just did it actually, so I'm putting that on there now. I'm getting my biscuits as soon as I figure out where they are. Like I said, I get all my ingredients. They're either from Shopping Save. Lord, we don't have any Shopping Save. They're either from Save a Lot or from Aldi. And I think these right here came from Save a Lot. They're just regular jumbo biscuits. They're not a name brand at all. If I don't have to buy a name brand, I won't do it. Of course, that saves money. And for you all that's out there cooking as well, you don't always have to buy name brand anything for your meals. I just cut the hamburger mixture off, y'all. Because it's starting to cook and get browner. So, but like I said, you don't have to buy any name brand stuff for your meals. You can always buy off-brand things, and it usually tastes the same. So you may have to put a little bit more seasoning in it or that kind of thing, but usually it tastes the same. And like I said, I have the biscuits. I'm just gonna drop them in there right now because I have to arrange them actually, y'all. I'm just throwing them out the pan in here. I mean, out the biscuit roll in here. I'm gonna have to press them down and all that kind of stuff before I can put this hamburger mixture in there. So, and let me see. Let me go ahead and get these arranged in here. And like I said, with this part with the biscuits, I'm actually just arranging these here in this pan. And no, of course, it's gonna have gaps. So I'm gonna go ahead and press it all down. All these biscuits down so they can, of course, fill up the gaps as much as I can in this pan. So, and I'll show it to you all once I'm done pressing this biscuit dough in here. I may not be able to fill all the holes like I said, but I'll fill most of them. So I don't want to knock my phone down, y'all, because it's kind of hanging on the side of this oven, like this stove top. Because like I said, I'm using my phone, my cell phone. And I don't have a tripod. That's one thing I was all upset about. I can't do this because I don't have this, I don't have that. I'm looking at all the lack that I did not have instead of looking at the stuff that I have to utilize, I guess, and utilizing those things to make it work. Like I said, that was something that I had to figure out. I guess I'd say that. And that I had to do. Nobody could do that for me. I had to realize that I had to stop. Oh, I don't have so-and-so. I don't have this. I can't do this because I don't have that. Like I said, once I push past all that shit, because like I said, there's no reason why I have to consistently focus on the lack at all. I know I don't have the tripod. I know I don't have anything to bake with or whatever the lack was. Like I said, I had to push past all that stuff. To me, that was just another excuse as to why I couldn't create my damn business. Or businesses, I guess I'd say that. I don't have any cake pans. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have the money to get it started. Like I said, there was a lot of times, there's a lot of stuff that we say to ourselves or that we say to others. Like I said, I'm just pushing this dough at the bottom, y'all. A lot of things that we say to ourselves about our lack, about what we do not have, instead of being grateful for the stuff that we do have and utilizing those things. Like I said, I had this cell phone holder. It's like a little mini chair. I think I got it from, it was at one of those festivals I went to. From, does it have it on there? One of those, I guess, like insurance companies where you like sign up for something and they'll give you like free stuff. I signed up for that for something. I think it was insurance or something like that. And I guess just to go like on a mailing list. and they gave me this little free cell phone holder. And of course, I'm walking around here, kept saying I don't know what to do, don't know how to do my videos and all this kind of stuff, and making excuses. And that's when I started using that for my actual cell phone holder, so I can of course be hands free while doing my videos. And I've been doing videos since the fall of 2017 actually. I do live videos on my page on Facebook, so if y'all haven't seen that, definitely go take a look. And the videos, of course, I post most of them on YouTube as well. So you all will see a lot of those videos that I do on Facebook, on YouTube as well. Because all the videos that I do, they will go on YouTube. Regardless of whoever's seen it, who haven't seen it, whatever the case is, I've chosen to put all my videos that I ever do on YouTube. Whether anybody sees them or not. I think I only have like 30 followers, I think. But I'm still, of course, trying to, of course, promote my station. I know it's going to be hard to do, but that's okay. I'm still promoting it, actually. I'm still giving it my all, no matter how many folks I have on that page. So like I said, that's something I'm doing, I guess, for that community. And one more thing, you all, with this recipe, so I have the crescent roll, I have the dough in the pan. It's all, as you all can see, like smushed down. And I tried to get as much space in there filled with the biscuit dough. So the next thing, of course, I made the hamburger mixture, which does have a half a cup of onion, or about a half a cup of onion, a whole 8-ounce package of mushrooms. I did put a little bit of pepper in there as well. I did put some whole bell pepper and a whole jalapeno in there as well. And the next thing is talking about the sour cream. Because this is stroganoff, so it's going to have, it says 8 ounces of sour cream. And just to let you all know, and then it's topped with a half a cup to a cup of shredded cheese. Just to let you all know, for the sour cream, I'm going to do this a little bit different again. I bought some, so I wanted, because it says stroganoff, so I want to make it like a ranch flavor, which I've never done that. So I'm going to add this ranch packet. It's like a dry salad dressing and seasoning mix. If you all can see that. I don't know if my phone's well, it's kind of backwards, but you all can kind of see that. But it sells these little packets that you can, of course, mix with your foods and that kind of thing. I have put this stuff in hamburgers, and it's actually awesome in hamburgers. But I have not put it in. Well, this is my first time making this casserole. But like I said, I haven't put it in a casserole yet, so this is my first time doing that. So I want to make sure that I told you all that, so you all can know what I'm doing and what's going on. So next, I'm going to actually spoon all this mixture into, well, on top of this, my biscuit dough, actually. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm just spooning it all in there. And like I said, you can use whatever kind of vegetables you want to put in here. If you want to use squash, chopped up squashes, that kind of thing, definitely do whatever your heart desires, is what I would say. But like I said, that's just what I'm doing for this recipe, because I'm experimenting with this and making my casseroles, and we'll see. And hopefully you all can make this same casserole as well. And I will, of course, take a picture. Well, I guess I'll just have to type out, I guess, like the ingredients or something, I guess. Well, I guess I told you all the ingredients already, so I guess I'm going to type it out. Because it's kind of a simple recipe, and I hope that you all were writing it down as I was going along. I may still, of course, depending on what site this on, I may still, of course, go ahead and type out this recipe on here so you all can have it. I may go ahead and still do that. Actually, hold on. So I'm looking at this recipe. It looks like I was supposed to stir in the hamburger. Okay, y'all. It looks like I was supposed to, I didn't even read the rest of the instructions, but it looks like I was supposed to stir in the sour cream to this hamburger mixture. So that means y'all have to pour this back in there. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Okay. So I'm simply talking and haven't even looked at the rest of the recipe. But that's okay, y'all. It's still, I'm sure it'll still come out fine. Whether I missed that part or not, I'm going to just go back and do it, that's all. So all the hamburger didn't come out, which is fine, but I'm going to go ahead and get this. I actually have to pour this, drain off some of this, whatever it's called. The grease of the hamburger, actually. I have a cup that I can put it into the sink. I'm not going to take off all the grease, all of this juice, but most of it I will. Most of it I will. Before I put the sour cream in here, y'all. I'm just talking and have not even looked at the, which that's okay. It's going to happen when you cook. As you all can see, it's happening when I cook too, so it's fine. That happens sometimes. Get to talking, and having a good time, and forget what you were doing actually. So it says I'm supposed to mix in the sour cream actually. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and put this ranch seasoning mix inside of here as well. Because like I said, I am adding this to the recipe. And you all do not have to add this to the recipe, but I am. Like I said, I've used it in the hamburgers before. Just not an actual casserole, but I have used it in the hamburgers. And it actually came out very, very tasty actually. I'm just using one pack of y'all. And I'm going to get my sour cream. Not sure which one yet. One of these I have already opened, and the other one I hadn't. So, oh Lord. So the one that's open is the one that I'm going to use. All right now. All righty, I'm going to use the rest of this whole thing actually. And it's about. It says a cup. Let me see. 8-ounce sour cream. So this is a 16-ounce tub. And I already used half of it before, so it's about 8 ounces left. It should be, and that's what I'm going to put in here, y'all. And even if it's more than 8 ounces, it's fine because I've used a lot more hamburger than what the recipe actually called for. So I may have to, once I stir this up, I may have to use some more. We'll see. We'll see. Trying to get all the sour cream out of it I can, y'all. Okay. As much as I can get out of there. Okay. I'm going to stir this up and see what that gets me. If I need some more sour cream, I have another tub. And I'll just use part of that. We'll see once I get stirring this up, y'all. Like I said, once I stir this up, I'm going to put it back into the pan on top of the biscuit dough. And then I'm going to top it with some shredded cheese. And I actually have to shred the cheese because I don't have any shredded cheese in the house. All I have is those the blocks of cheese that I have to actually shred it with. So I'm going to go ahead and do that once I'm done with this. This would probably be awesome with some tater tots on top, y'all. Like some kind of mashed potato or something. It'd be awesome to me. Just trying to see what you can make as a hearty meal. That seems like it'll feed a whole lot of hungry guys, to put it that way. Or a big old family, so. It's okay, I stirred that up. And this is what it looks like, you all. As you all can see, my hamburger mixture with the sour cream and the ranch sauce. I'm just pouring this right back into the container on top of the biscuit dough, y'all. Pouring it right back into the container. Since I forgot this the first time. But I'm pouring it back, so there we go. And I'm just going to spread this stuff out. Once I get it all in there, I guess I should say. Once I get it in there, I'll spread it out. Okay. We stick this over here in the sink. Now we'll wash those later, so of course every time you're cooking food, make sure that you wash your dishes as you go along or once you get done. And I'm doing mine once I get done, actually. So let me see. I'm just trying to spread this out, y'all. The hamburger mix, I'm trying to spread it out in this pan. So I can go ahead and start. Okay. It looks awesome, y'all. All right. So let me go ahead. Let me get a plate for this spoon to set it on top of the stove with. That means 15 minutes has passed. And the thing is ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get this shredder going, which I should have been rinsed out already. That is all right. So let me see. Let me get my cheese out of here. So trying to see what kind of cheese. What is that? I have mozzarella. I'm trying to see what to put on here. I'm probably going to use both of these. So look at both of these. Like I said, I'm using it's just the regular non-name brand cheese. Is Happy Forms is what it says. Mozzarella, and I'm using mild cheddar. I'm not going to use all of it, of course, y'all, but it says a half a cup to a cup. So whatever I feel like I want to put on top, that's what I'm going to put on top. And this actual part is the marble jack, like a little tiny piece that I have left. So I'm going to use a little tiny piece of that, and I'm going to get to the other ones, y'all. But you can use as much cheese as you want to put on here. Like I said, I'm just going to stop whenever I feel like it. So I don't think there's any, I guess, particular amount of cheese you need to have. It just depends on your taste, y'all. So whatever kind of taste you have, That actually broke because it's a little bitty tiny piece. So I'm going to drop that on in there and get these other ones cut open. So now I got to find my scissors. Oh yeah, y'all looking for my scissors. I didn't realize I didn't have them up there. Okay, I may have to use a knife or something, but so I won't keep this video going longer than it should. But let me go ahead and try to use a knife or something because it's gonna be a long video if not. I don't know where the scissors are, y'all. Okay. I know this is dangerous. Don't do this at home, kids. But I have to do something right quick, so trying to find the scissors just wasn't gonna work right now. So I wouldn't get on, y'all. Ghetto as hell, but that's all right. We have to get stuff done. We got to get stuff done, so that's all right. Now I'm gonna, like I said, this is mild cheddar. This is the cheese that I had at home, and whatever kind of cheese I had at home, that's what I was gonna use. So I'm using the mild cheddar, and then I'm gonna put some mozzarella in there as well. I'm doing this to my liking and my taste, y'all. You can put as much cheese as you want in there. That's up to you. You put this whole block and the other block too. That's up to you, y'all. And then it depends on how much you're making for what size family as well. So let's keep that in mind. And I did like about 3/4. I mean, not 3/4, Lord. 1/3 possibly of that block of cheese right there. So then I'm gonna go ahead and get the mozzarella going too. Putting that back in my bag and let me get this mozzarella going. And again, I'm going hella ghetto on y'all, trying to get this stuff cut up. So let me see. And yes, I'm being careful. And like I said, kids, do not try this at home. Just use scissors if you got scissors. I just couldn't find my scissors right away. So I did improvise with what I could. And did what I could at the moment. So, and like you all see this cheese just piled on there, that's all I'm doing is shredding cheese. And I will spread it out shortly. In a few minutes, actually. And the hunks are falling off, but it's okay. That's all right. That's all right. Y'all, this shredding this cheese ain't no joke. I know I've done it before, of course, but I mean, it just takes a little while to, of course, shred. Okay, that's all the cheese I'm putting on there. Alrighty. That's all the cheese I'm putting on there, y'all. So I use about 1/3 of, well, about 1/4 actually, of each one. So, let me see. And now I'm putting my cheese back up, then I'm going to go ahead and start shredding this, well, getting this cheese together over here for y'all. It's going to be like a hunk of cheese on here. So I'm just moving it around a little bit just to spread it out. Get it to spread out some on there. It's not any kind of form of fashion, but just me just trying to get this to spread out, y'all. That's all that it is. And that's all you can do at home as well, just spread it on out. I just want to thank you all in advance for, of course, listening to my video today and checking out my video. And like I said, again, I'm making a Crescent Beef Stroganoff Bake. And mine wasn't made with the crescent rolls, so I didn't have any. So I used regular biscuits and just pressed them on the bottom to thin them out. And that's what I used for this recipe. There was also the vegetable oil, of course, to cook the ground beef and the onions and the mushrooms that I put in there. And I also put in bell peppers and jalapenos. And then there was 8 ounces of sour cream. And I put a little bit of pepper in there as well. I also added the ranch dressing, ranch powder mix, I guess you can say. Seasoning mix packet. And this is how it looks, y'all, before I put it into the oven. So I'm putting this into the oven right now. Like I said, the oven's on 350. And it's supposed to bake for about, let me see, it says 25 to 30 minutes, y'all. So with that, I'm going to get my butt off here. Like I said, again, I want to thank you all for tuning in to my video. And I thank you for looking at this cooking demonstration. Again, it's for a Crescent Beef Stroganoff Bake. And I'm probably going to add the recipe somewhere at some point on here for you all, so you all can see exactly what I made. And even though I added my own things to it, I'll put that version on there as well. So with that, I want to thank you, and everybody have a great evening.